Hello and welcome back, guys. So today we will be doing bakery and packaging mockup. To download this file, so PhD file is the free file. You can go and check out the link that is given in the description below. And to check out other videos and other files, you can click the same link there too. And to get in contact with me personally, you can join our Patreon family or email me or drop a comment. So now without any delay, let's start. First we will zoom in the page. First we'll select the pen tool, and by pressing Ctrl plus we can just zoom in, and then roughly the parts that is visible, we'll have to select the part. This is the same drill in every mockup, leaving the curves, the rough parts, you have to select it with the pen tool, and then later on you can just make it prominent with the add anchor point tool. Now select add anchor point tool and add as many points as you need to select these. You'll have to make sure in this part that you do not select any extra part or miss out any part. You have to be very patient when you do this. This is the very crucial step of the mockup. Whenever you do the selection, make sure you zoom in the page, or else you will miss out some places and you will get some extra places for which the mockup will not look realistic and won't get the effect that you want it to get. So make sure you zoom in and do a very fine tuning. Select it as minutely as it's possible. As you can see, we have taken all the curves, selected all the curves. See, I'm adding ample amount of points, as much as I need to make the curves prominent. And there I am done. So as you can see, the whole box is done. It is selected entirely, but now we will cut out the places that are not a part of box. So similarly, we will make the selection with pen tool roughly, and then we'll decrease the opacity just so it is easily visible to you. And then again with add anchor point tool, you can just make the curves prominent. And similarly, we'll do the rest of the two. There are three major cutouts that we can see near the handle. We will similarly select the areas that are not a part of the package with the pen tool roughly, and then with that anchor point tool we will add the points and make the curves prominent. Same thing for the three things. As you can see, pen tool and an anchor point tool I'm using. So now as you can see, the whole selection is done. There are 4 shades in total. So now we'll the whole package that we had selected, first we will select it by pressing Ctrl. Then coming on the background layer, we'll just take a solid color. Alright. So as you zoom in, you will understand that there are very sharp edges. Alright. Then we will, to create this softness around it, we will go to mask and we will switch on the refine edge option, and then we'll switch on the feather option. So you will see the edges are smoothed out a little. Then by pressing Ctrl Shift, we will select these 3 shapes that we had selected of the cutouts. Then again take the solid color, and again take a solid color, a different one, just so you can distinguish it differently. And then again switch on the mask and refine it and switch on the feather, and then press OK. So as you can see, the edges are softened out. Then pressing Ctrl and select the cutout parts, and the whole body part that you have, the whole package, and then press on mask. And then after selecting the mask, you will have to press Ctrl and backspace together, and the moment you do, it will be cut out. And then there will be the red parts, those are there. We'll just delete those extra layers, and then we'll just have the cutout and the whole packaging box and the background layer. For the front, we will take a rectangle, make the adjustments, and then for the front we'll take one rectangle, and for the side we will take another rectangle, and by pressing Ctrl T we can just adjust the size. Now change the color. Both the colors should not be same, so we can understand. And after that, then convert it to smart object, both the actually rectangles. Then decrease the opacity, and by pressing Ctrl T you can just adjust the squares or rectangles rather. And zoom in a little more just so I can do the selection and the positioning properly. Then by pressing right click on it, select the distort option, and then place the points on the edges on the proper point of the package. After you are done, press right, and then similarly to the second part, decrease the opacity, and then Ctrl T, adjust the size, right click, distort, and then adjust again. Adjust the points properly. Then click on the right. So as you can see, the smart objects are extended a little, and it's covering all the other parts of the objects. So now we will select masking for both the smart objects. So as you press the smart mask, you will see that the whole the extra layers that you had will be removed, and it will be wrapped around the real image. Now we will select the whole body by pressing Ctrl, and then coming on the background layer, press Ctrl, Shift and U together, and then we'll make the whole box white. So the package will be ready then, and then similarly for the smart object, adjust the packaging parts, whatever logo or advertisement you want to give, or whatever patterns you want. Just I have a pattern selected. I'll just bring it, drag and drop, and adjust the size, and I will update it by pressing the right. Just drag and drop. Save the image. Now we'll change the color of the box and keep it white only. And we'll again select the whole box by pressing Ctrl, and then we will make 2 copies by pressing Ctrl J, and then another, but in total there will be 3 copies of this box, and then we will name them as shadow, midtone and light. For the shadow layer, we will make it normal to linear bar. If you have selected any dark pattern or the dark color, you can select multiply instead of linear bar. And then for midtone, we'll we will select linear dots add, and then by pressing Ctrl L, you can adjust the points and the levels to make it more realistic. And then for the light, we will make it light instead of normal, and then again by pressing Ctrl L, we'll adjust the lighting a little. There's too much light, as you can see. We'll just adjust it to make it look realistic. You can change the color of the box as you want. I am showing it to you how we can change it, but I will be keeping it white only because it goes with my pattern. And then by pressing Ctrl G, we will group these 3 layers, light, midtone and shadow, and we will name it FX. And the editable parts, I will make them in red color. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching.